Here's left. Pulls up, looking for the lead, and he got it. Jalen Williams, 2 seconds, 1:11.109. Now SGA, probing, piercing, spinning, hanging for the lead, and SGA knocks it down. The Thunder finally get the defensive stop, and SGA puts them in front.
I'm Kenrich Williams. You listening to Topic Thunder.
Hello and welcome everybody to the Topic Thunder podcast. I'm your host Dylan Hunzinger at Thunder Chats. We're part of the B League Network. This podcast brought to you by BetOnline.ag. I don't know why they're laughing at me, but hey, we have a live podcast here. And I mean, let's not bury the lead. Let's just get right to who the people want. The man who we've never seen before in real life. Even seeing him, I didn't know who he was. The man with the legend, Stephen Dolan. How you doing, Dolan?
Hey, everybody. I'm very happy to be here. The reason we're laughing is we're not sure whether we should be looking and listening to you or at the live studio audience.
Let me play my clap sound effect.
Yeah, can we get a laugh track going, please?
Yeah.
Let's get the live chat going.
I'll pull up a laugh track, but you can keep going. By the way, real quick, Dylan, you did bear the lead. Made the half-court shot.
He did.
Yes,
By the way.
Shout out.
Unfortunately, there's no basketball to show for it because someone else made it, and then he lost the three-point shot.
I'm convinced the Thunder brought a ringer in so nobody would take that basketball home. So I'm pretty sure he plays for the Blue or something.
Yeah, he did. He definitely does. He's someone's brother.
For real, though, I can't believe I didn't get a second try at
Yeah.
3-point
No,
shot.
like that dude.
No
did
redemption.
this.
Yeah,
I
no
thought
redemption.
for sure I'd get to at least 2.
Oh, no, he knew how to play the game. He was like, I'll shoot second.
Bro, and then he hit it with the two hands, too. Like, he hit it with one of those and still
He
made
hit it.
He had not good form.
We're dealing with a small sample size.
He went 2 for 2. Everybody else pretty much went 0 for 1.
Yeah, it was terrible.
That's tough.
Yeah, hey, it's like a shoot, man, and he didn't miss. So
Yeah.
But as you can see, we're sitting here like Alex Pokusevsky's family at the NBA draft. But this is our annual live podcast, and obviously we mentioned Dolan, so we gotta go to the bucket hat man, Champagne Jerry himself. Jerry, how the heck are you doing?
Dude, I was feeding the people in my section over there. They were eating popcorn like crazy out of my hat. Oh, seriously, like the people behind me were literally eating.
I believe
out of
it.
Yeah.
I believe it.
So it was great. Me and Dolan were holding it down in our section over there in 111. So we had a good time over there.
Just
we
a
were
bunch
with
of
you guys.
Stevenses.
Say what?
Just a bunch of Stevenses.
Just a bunch of Stevenses. Yeah.
First name and last name.
Well done.
Yeah. Just a bunch of Stevenses. But it was great over where we were at.
Yeah, and then of course we got Alejandro over here, the man that looked the legend, the guy that made the game-winning assist last night in the media games. Alex, how you doing, sir?
I'm good, man. A little sore from that game, but not sore enough to miss out. Had a great time, man.
I thought you were going to say you were too sort of podcast.
No, never that.
Hey, speaking of too sore, I got hurt before the game this year, and there was actually bets placed about how long I would make it. I just want to say I made it the whole time. And I hit a game winner.
No, this guy was lying just to get sympathy.
It's not true.
To make sure no one guarded him the whole game. He was like, I'm hurt. He was limping around the whole pregame, barely even moving, just to get people just to barely
sprinting up and down the court after that.
Yeah, that was.
If you saw me running, there was nothing graceful about my sprints up and down the court.
Injured or not, you're not graceful.
Oh, okay. Well, that's just mean. That's hurtful. And also, we're gonna turn it to the man, the myth, the legend, the NBA connoisseur, producer extraordinaire.
Yeah, for today.
Underscone, 3Cone. What up, Con?
Good, man. We're using all my equipment. We got the mic, we got the computer, my phone's on a tripod over there. Shout out to Alex Bowlerjack in the chat. Shout out to you.
Yes,
what
sir,
up, Bowlerjack?
We missed you, man.
Yeah, we did, brother. Yeah, I thought I was gonna see you in the sweater today.
Alex says we're down a person.
There was like 16,000 of them still there, so don't worry.
Yeah,
I met at least 4.
I'm doing good. Half-court shot. It was an air ball, but it was very online. It was just like a foot short. I have people in my comments giving me tips. So next year's the year. But I got to see Dolan make it, so that was better.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool. At least one of us did it.
The fact that I'm glad
mean?
one of us has now made it. Also, I mean, shout out to Hoodie Nick Gallo. We got the debut of a new Thunder.
Yes,
legend.
that was amazing.
He's in the thumbnail. Shout out to him.
Yeah.
Hoodie Nick Gallo with the jersey, all the players participating. Chet Foley reaching in to pull the sleeves out of the jacket was just
that was like the Nick and player version of Quick Change.
Yeah.
That was like.
I mean, he got league fits. That's where we're at right now.
Bro, and shout out to Nick Gallo, just not breaking character like at all.
Yeah,
Like
for a
second.
just kept his eye contact
True
when I was saying
professional.
Joe.
Yeah.
Like was tossing the mic back and forth with his hands, keeping the questions going.
That's what he does.
Unbridled professional.
True professional.
And last, we have Nova's dad, the one and only.
Yes, of course.
Are you Nova's dad?
It is me. It
It's
is
his
me.
dad.
The people are saying.
Nova's got more emotion than you.
I mean, hey, it makes sense. It makes sense. But
Should.
Hollywood.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, hey, we all can't be 3-cone, but you know.
No, we can't.
Are you
be.
three
We try our best.
No.
Is that?
I mean, I was gonna say no one asked, "Are you 3-cone dad?" But someone did ask my dad.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Shout out to Papa Cone.
Shout out to AJ, Slade, and Nina in the chat. They were in. The
I
chat.
was like, why is somebody?
Yeah, they're on your YouTube account saying stuff in the chat. Specifically, hi, it is AJ and Slade and Nina, so I think it's AJ.
That's
Yeah.
hilarious.
That's awesome. That's the kids in there.
The
Oh,
top of the
Dylan,
potatoes.
Dylan, I'm noticing that Dylan Hunter in the chat put poop with about 12 O's.
Yeah, that sounds like
That's
my
definitely
kids.
your kid, yeah.
It sounds like my kids.
Yeah,
So
sounds like it.
shout out my kids. Brought them for the first time this year. They've had a blast. The kids have kept each other occupied. So
Yep.
it's been a good time. Been a good time. Top Thunder fan event is becoming a family occasion for us. So
Most
Yeah.
definitely.
Oh, we're waiting on this cone to start popping them out.
Yeah, but years
I
ahead.
don't think, Jerry, I don't think.
I think
wait,
he's gonna be
that's not
popping
how it
out.
works.
Let me rephrase that. I need him to fertilize.
Go on.
Okay. We're gonna move on.
I think we get it.
We're gonna move
I
on.
think we get it.
We completely got it the
In
first
today's
time.
biology lesson.
Dylan's kids turned off this stream.
Yeah.
Did
they for real?
No, I told them to turn
Before
off.
we start getting into that, they need to turn off
Yeah.
the screen.
All right, so the game today was against the Charlotte Hornets.
There's
Yeah.
a game.
There was a game.
There was.
There was.
We scored 5 points less than our season high of 146. We scored 141 points. We had
Nice.
8 players score double digits, which is the 4th time in Thunder history that's happened. We was 1 point away from Alex Caruso,
Yeah.
the bald-headed demon himself, from getting 9
Bald
players
eagle nested.
in double figures.
That's
He,
so
dunked, he
fun.
dunked tonight.
He did.
dunk, yeah.
That was sick.
on a break, like on a cut. Like
Yeah.
that was a cut.
Yeah.
Like that was nice.
No, we saw some really nice plays now. We saw the Kendrick Williams buzzer beater.
That was
Yes.
We saw the Caruso dunk. We saw Wiggins dunk.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, and, you know, Shea was just absolutely in his bag.
Yeah.
Man, so,
Shea was Shea.
What was he, 13 and 19?
He was
Something like that,
13
yeah.
of 18. Yeah, I
I
mean,
sold him short. My fault, go.
Yeah.
yeah, no, he was 30.6 rebounds, 9 assists. Only had 1 turnover in the entire game. He only played 3 quarters. I mean,
That's typical.
and for you haters that are saying he's a free throw merchant, 2 free throws tonight. So
And still dropped 30.
yeah,
Still dropped 30
in 3 quarters.
Yeah. Amazing.
So, Dolan, is this your first time you got to see Shea live?
Yeah, it is.
What'd you think? Did you feel the aura?
Well, it was actually really
I mean, he made
cool
the
that
shot.
I mean,
I
yeah,
did.
the aura transferred.
It rubbed off on me. Yeah, we were sitting behind the baseline, and it was just a really good angle for seeing his shiftiness go back and forth, like when he'd cross over and just leave a guy.
Yeah.
And just I don't know. People talk about him like he's not an elite athlete, and maybe he doesn't dunk all the time, but
Yeah.
the way he can go, like,
Oh, yeah.
just change of pace and acceleration, deceleration, and side to side quickness is just elite by definition. So,
Mhm.
and I think we had a really good angle for it, and just to see it in person, it's just on a whole other level.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you don't appreciate the quickness and the way he changes angles and manipulates it, and really the difficulty of some of the shots. I mean, he had one where he was like, I think it was like a crossover and then a hezzy and then a fade, like all the way over outstretched arms, and I mean, it just looks like
That's the
so
one when I
easy.
looked at you and I was like, that's money. Like
I
right
mean,
when he put it up.
it looks so placid in the air, but from where we were sitting, you can see like he drifted like 8 feet to the left.
Yeah.
Placid.
Placid. Oh, placid. Okay.
Placid.
I was like, what's placid?
Acid.
A lot of people are saying Shea's game is placid
Yes,
nowadays.
people are saying. Anyway, yeah, he jumped far. So.
Yeah. Very far.
People saying that too.
Yeah, no, I will say that of all the games that we've been in since the Top Thunder fan event started, Shea's never not dropped 30, and we've never not won. So I'm just saying.
We're kind of good luck at this point.
I'm
We're
just
kind of
saying-
good luck.
I
Yeah.
will say though, I mean, the
Thunder
Thunder
winning by
winning and Shea dropping 30 are usually things on
Yes,
any given day.
they are
that happen.
synonymous.
So that is, although maybe not a couple years ago, but now for sure.
Yeah.
The Thunder want to invite us to every playoff game.
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
Most of us are available.
Yeah. I'll be there. I'll be there.
I'll be back for the conference finals, and parade. I'll be there.
I'm gonna do everything I can to be back here. Hey, Lord willing, maybe Nova and Chelsea are with us.
Hey,
at
are you Nova's dad?
I people are saying.
Nova's father might come back. Watch out. Unlike my father.
So okay, there it is. There it is. We back.
We back.
That was a free square at the bingo card or something.
Yes, it was. You guys are welcome.
Guys, we're talking about burying the lead. Comet is twin tonight. So that was cool.
I remember, high five, Brendan Carlson. Huge moment for me.
Did you actually go shake up with him?
He was walking by down the tunnel, and I went over and said, "Hey man, good game." He said, "Appreciate it," and high five. It was great.
Hell yeah, dude.
Did he like double take?
And he look up. Wait a second.
Like me?
Yeah.
He had food in his hand. He was hungry. I think he was going off stuff. There was no time to investigate like multiverse doppelganger type stuff. Yeah.
Definitely your twin.
He was hungry.
Yeah.
There are still people who tweet at me when he hits shots and they're like, "Cone, why are you tweeting it in the game of the season?"
Yeah.
Still good.
Isn't the NBA gonna find you?
I mean, they might. They're trying to find us for winning a basketball game with less players. So
Yeah. What a joke.
I'm trying to do all that, but yeah, I mean, we killed the Hornets.
We did.
I mean, how much was it? 34?
It was 35.
35. Yeah.
I'm just bad at the
141,
numbers.
106.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I add a few just like big picture
Of
stats?
course.
Yeah. Go ahead.
The Thunder for a brief moment took over the second offense in the league.
Mm.
Boston's game then wrapped up, and so now the Thunder have the third offense this season behind Boston by 0.1 points of offensive rating. Net rating 12.9. Cleveland lost their fourth straight game tonight. Their net rating has now dropped below 10. It's 9.8.
Wow, they're below 10 now?
Thank
I
you.
know.
Regular season champs.
Bro.
Shout out,
Thank you.
shout out KD.
Yep. Thank you,
And-
sons.
Everybody played
You know.
too.
In other news related to that fourth straight Cleveland loss, the Thunder now have a 2 full game lead on the best record in the NBA.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's effectively one game because Cleveland's going to have the tiebreaker.
I will say, if we want to hype ourselves up a little bit more, StatMuse is saying our net rating is actually 13.1, which is only 0.3 now behind.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know
And
what
that-
the disconnect is there.
I don't know. It's every time I check StatMuse or NBA.com, it's like 0.1 off from each other. So
It's something about how they count possessions.
yeah, the one I'm going to take is the one that paints us a better light. So I'm just going to go with them.
Absolutely,
The official NBA stats don't care for them. StatMuse knows what's up.
Yeah. It's a new Google.
Yeah, only 0.3 net rating points though behind the 96 Bulls. I mean, we got a shot. Technically, if we win out, we get 70 wins. Like, we can still get that. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
there's
Yeah.
some-
I mean,
there's
shoot.
possible.
Even resting guys.
We
Like,
might
we're
just do
bloated.
it anyway.
Yeah.
Crazy,
Which is
man.
wild to me.
Like the
Send
Sixers.
J Will out there.
Yeah, like if Chet
Triple
not,
double.
if Chet not hurt out, Jay Will was like automatic triple double. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, you take a look at the schedule. It's Clippers Sunday.
Yep.
It's Kings in Sacramento. We've had problems there before, but last time we killed them
yeah.
on Tuesday. Then Grizzlies Thursday in OKC. Pacers Saturday in OKC. Bulls in OKC. Pistons in OKC. Rockets on the road. Lakers twice in a row, both at home.
Yep.
Suns on the road. Jazz Pelicans wrap up the season. It's not possible. I mean, maybe like 1 or 2 wins in there. I think 68 wins is like the floor at this point.
Yeah.
And the Jazz and Pelicans, the last 2 games of the season. That's gonna be tank wars, but our tank's a lot larger.
Yeah, the thing is, we can sit 5-6
Yeah,
guys and
yeah.
still have an amazing 5-man rotation. They are fighting for their lives, even
Yeah.
with the players that are
Well,
supposed to be out
Dookie's gonna be getting a lot of action that night.
Little Duke.
there. Shout out to
Shout
Alex
out to
Dukas.
E.
That's
Shout out
my
T
boy.
in the chat. Shout out Texas by Nature. Yep, 13.1 net rating. That's the one that we're going with. It's official.
Absolutely, we have to.
Yeah.
I just want to give a shout out to the crowd, man, because
Yes.
obviously, like in the Sixers game, the people that were ruled out, the people that played again in the Hornets game, and in the Sixers game, the people that ruled out for the Thunder as well. But both nights, man, like the crowd was packed. It was loud. They were attentive. They were into it,
And people didn't leave early.
No.
Yeah, I was talking to Jerry. I was like, "How is this still so full?" When it was a 30-point game with like 2 minutes left, and hardly anybody had left.
Yeah. No, we had some loud, obnoxious Hornets fans behind us.
Hornets fans that spilled a drink. I had my coat off. It was under my seat. They spilled it. It went all over my coat.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
Where do Hornets fans come from?
I was honestly surprised how many Hornets fans were there. Not that they like took over the arena, but the
No.
fact that there was
No.
more than like 10.
Like
Yeah.
I didn't realize the pool that LaMelo Ball.
Yeah.
had.
Yeah, no, he does.
Like,
he has a lot.
dang.
He has a lot.
I saw a girl in the Chino Hills Paul jersey.
That's
Wow, I didn't
that's
see
kind
that
of
one.
sick though.
I
Yeah.
saw a kid in a Devontae Graham Hornets jersey.
Oh my god.
That's actually really impressive.
That was sick.
Yeah, that's super
That was
impressive.
maybe
She was just a fan of the tank guy, the OKC tank though. She was a fan of him for hitting that full court shot and getting
All
his
right,
check.
wait. So you weren't here for the Sixers game. So I made a bet with my brother, who's sitting over there right now, who was wearing a Hornet shirt to the game today because he's
What
a
a
Sixers
dick.
fan and he was pushing for the Hornets to win to give them a better chance at keeping their pick, the Sixers.
Mhm.
But him and I made a bet going into the Sixers game about if we would see a Paul George Sixers jersey or not. Do you think we saw one?
No.
We did not.
Not one. And I looked too.
I
was
bet him
looking.
$10. I was like, I think we are going to see one. He said we will not see one. Not a single one.
We saw
They would've
Isaiah
had to-
Joe Sixers shirt.
They would have had to buy it just immediately off the hype of signing him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he didn't have a single moment.
I just thought
that would
like
have justified.
I thought there was gonna be one fan who was like big on PG after his time
Yeah.
in OKC.
Had all the
And-
jerseys.
all the-
type
Yeah,
of
exactly.
thing.
Just wearing the
I
whole-
bought all
all
the
the
jerseys.
All I needed
Throws
was
him on his
one.
bed.
All I needed was one. We saw Maxey, Iverson, and Bede.
I saw a lot of Iversons. I
Isaiah
saw a
Joe.
lot
Yeah,
of
we saw an
Isaiah
Isaiah
Joe.
Joe Sixers
Yeah.
jersey. Like we saw, like why don't you have the Thunder one yet? I don't know. It was tough. But yeah, so I struck out on that. We killed the Sixers too. Back-to-back games.
Yeah, we did. We saw the J. Will triple-double. And I just want to point out that the last 4 games that we've been there, something historic has happened.
Mhm.
So, like, in the Blazers game last year, we saw them have the biggest deficit going into the fourth quarter, like 63 points or something.
Yeah.
The Magic game, we saw Shea hit 6 and 1s, which just absolutely nuts.
Yeah.
And then the Sixers game, we saw J. Will's second triple-double, which made him, the fourth player
Fourth
to have
player,
multiple triple-doubles
in a season.
in the season.
Yeah.
That was
And then tonight I hit a half-court shot.
Yeah.
yes.
Historic.
Super historic.
And also, the players double-digit scoring, but that, of course, the half-court shot. But
I mean, you and Cameron Williams hit a shot from about the same spot.
That's right.
Yours was even deeper.
Yeah, that's right.
and you didn't hit it off glass too.
Nope.
Yours went straight in. It was pure.
Yeah.
Get this man on the roster.
So.
He actually is 6'2" and 3/4.
This dude is mad. I was
Yeah.
telling him we were in the Thunder shop. I just looked at him. I was like, bro, where were you in the playoffs last year?
Yeah.
Like, we needed you, man. We needed someone on the glass.
We needed him last night. Like, if we could have had a full run last night.
Yeah.
just top
I told him he
Thunder.
could have just literally stood there. We're not playing threes in the key. Just stand in the paint.
Yeah.
And you don't even have to come on offense.
Yeah.
We'll just do fast break over and over again.
Would have I mean, it
And I would have fed you. I would have fed you.
that
the
all
whole
5
game.
of us right there.
Yeah, I would have fed you.
Yeah, they had to break up the top of Thunder in the media runs because we only have 4 of us, so
Yeah.
we got split apart.
I
a
thought you
little
said
bit.
they had to break us up, and then you said because we had 4, we had not enough players to create
Yeah,
a team.
yeah, that was weird. Why they just put us on a team and give us 1? But it is what it
I
is.
mean, hey,
They were like, who was
Us-
here first?
us and
Yeah.
and MC1, we
Yeah.
ran the court yesterday.
MC1, shout out to him. Yeah, had a shot.
Yeah, me, Cone, Alex, MC1, Michael Martin. He was on our team
Yeah.
a couple times. And
Yeah.
who was on our team the last game?
Ryan was on our team.
Right.
Oh, right. Ninja Bands, of course. Yeah, because
Yeah.
he had the game
He
winner.
hit the game winner.
Yeah.
Alex hit one of the meanest. Alex hit the little kind of cradle euro that Shea
Yeah, he
Donovan
did.
like to do sometimes. I was stunned he brought
The
that
high
one out.
pickup.
Yeah, did the high
Yeah.
pickup kind of.
Alright.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he did.
Top.
I passed it to him off of checking it, and I thought he was gonna shoot, and he just drove hard right. I was like, he's doing it.
It was a big
Slow
Matrix
motion.
moment. He was he's beginning to believe, and he hit the through the leg. I was like, who is this? Because everything else was kind of
I reached deep in my bag.
It was like spot up threes. Like you took a couple shots, like you caught a rebound, put it back up. But I didn't see that.
He was looking at you guys like, I am more.
I mean, the pass I got to you whenever Daniel Bell knocked me down, and I got you on that one.
Yeah, that one you got. Also, we don't need to talk about how Jerry dropped Alex.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I
we
saw
don't need to talk about
that.
that.
This man-
You still gotta punch him in the face.
Man, it's a good move.
Alex ended up on the floor, and I was face guarding Brandon Raybor, which if you don't know, Brandon Raybor has never missed a
He's
three. in his
mean.
entire
This dude
life.
does not miss.
Steph
Yeah.
Curry.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm face guarding him, so I'm not looking at the ball, and I hear everyone kind of just stop and freeze.
Same here.
And I was like, what happened? And I turn around, and Alex is looking up like this. And it was literally like Anakin with Obi-Wan, dead, on the ground, been chopped in half. He was looking up like this, and Jerry's looking down, staring at him, holding the ball.
Jerry
Looked
said,
up at
I
the
have
rim.
the high ground.
Exactly. Looked up at the rim, shot it, went in, ran back, set it,
Man,
knocked it down.
Yeah, I didn't say no. I felt terrible. About
No,
that.
no,
I really
no.
did feel terrible about it.
He spun me around, and when I was in a freaking washing machine, and when I fell down, I was like, I had to have snapped something. I was like, hold up, and I look up, and Jerry's just like with the ball in hand. I'm like, What's going on? And shoots it like motherfucker makes it.
No, in my defense, like I did not think he fell until I looked down and I was like, "Oh, he's on the ground." Let me go ahead and put this up real quick.
Teleported?
I don't know what happened. Like
You paused and stood over him, but you weren't gloating. You were concerned.
no, I really was.
It was like if Harden was worried about the well-being of Wesley Johnson.
Or Iverson Tyler.
That was more of an Iverson.
If instead of trying to make a statement, it was like, "Oh my gosh, you're okay."
Instead of
That's not bacon off the
Instead of
glass.
blowing him a kiss.
They're calling it the most considerate ankle breaker of all time.
I felt so bad.
There was like
You win some, you lose some.
Yeah.
it honestly felt like time to stop because like I was face guarding Drake Fitted's out too with the franchise. He's also like super wet.
He does not miss, yeah.
And like so like me come face guarding everybody and like everybody just stops and like we're turning around and like it's like time literally stopped because Jerry's just staring down at him for what felt like 10 seconds.
I thought play had stopped. Because
I thought he was hurt.
I thought you like elbowed him and it was like an offensive. You were like calling an offensive foul on yourself. Or,
Hell no, I'm not calling an offensive foul on myself.
Bro, at that point,
You see the size difference?
I thought a meteor could have hit the building.
Well,
Last time we played, there was an earthquake during our pickup runs. I didn't even notice.
There
Yeah,
was,
so
So I was like, was there another earthquake? I mean, he was on the ground. Maybe something caught. Maybe that was it.
Oh god.
Alex, have you checked?
That's
Have you checked the earthquakes?
Have you checked the Richter scale, man?
Yeah.
Have we
Let's go
checked?
double check, make sure nothing happened.
That's
really.
right.
Yeah,
That's right.
yeah.
I got you. I'll check.
There was a high wind that came through that
Yeah.
gym.
I mean, it's
and
like,
blew
50
over.
mile per hour winds the other day. I think
Yeah.
there was still one breeze coming in.
Yeah.
Typical Oklahoma.
So
Yeah.
it is.
Oh my gosh.
So how about that pass to win the game?
Yeah.
Oh,
Sorry,
we put him in an absolute winner that last possession. So.
Alex-
Sorry, Alex.
Alex sends me a screen up top. I go right. 2 come over. Swing it up top to Dylan. Pass it to Alex. Great one dribble kind of pump fake. 2 come over. Bounce pass to my brother. Puts it up and it wins.
Beautiful.
They're calling it to the 2014 Spurs of the Oklahoma.
It really was.
That's what a lot of people have been saying on Twitter.
Yeah.
That's what I heard.
Yeah.
I heard that.
Same thing. Shout out to Colin in the chat, says with us clinching the first seed. Who do you want to see round 1? I think now is real quick. By the way, shout out to everyone who came up for the fan event. I don't even think we said that yet.
Of course.
No, that was legit.
Amazing show out. Y'all were awesome.
Yes.
Yeah.
Multiple new people that got to come through for the first time. It wasn't like we had more people than ever.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
there's a right
What was the final count, Dylan?
129.
Let me look double check. real
What
quick.
As we said on the board at halftime, topic Thunder family.
Yep.
I mean,
Oh,
just thank you.
is that what she sent to him after?
Yeah, man.
Nice. Good
All
stuff.
right. So we have 123 before some people came to the event, and after they got upgraded, they got their lower level seats.
So
So
125.
I think we have like 125, 127, something
Yeah.
like that.
There
So,
you go.
which
Nice.
is we have 119 last
Very
year.
cool.
So
Yeah.
incremental but steady growth.
Yep.
Steady
Doesn't
growth.
matter. No, we're the Oklahoma City Thunder, like personified
Yeah.
in podcast terms at this point with the events. Like,
A lot of people have said
Win the
that.
day, man.
that's what I heard. Yeah,
Mentality.
it's on the streets.
I think we
don't know.
I just
We're
got a tweet
not,
notification.
we're not saying that.
We're not saying
Many
that. Other
people are
People are
Yeah,
saying it.
yeah, people are saying.
Um,
I think Stephen A. is going to talk about it tomorrow morning.
First segment, first topic. First topic, Thunder.
Yeah. Brian Winters was gonna say that people aren't worried about us. So
Yeah.
Shout out to Matt in the chat. Says currently in Ireland, saying love to my OKC boys. Hope you're having a great game day and pod experience. Appreciate you, Matt.
Appreciate
Yes,
it.
sir.
Yeah, well, I mean, coming to OKC for the parade. We'll see you there.
Yes,
my
sir.
Scottish friend.
But yeah, I mean, do you want to talk more about the game? Do you want to talk about the question?
Let's
Oh,
talk
yeah,
about
let's
the
do the question.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's do
So the question is, who do we want to see first round? For reference, the standings right now, it's the Oklahoma City Thunder, whoever they are, 12.5 games up on the 2-seeded Rockets.
Clinch.
14.5 games up on the Lakers and the Nuggets. Apparently, there's something about an MVP conversation. I don't think it exists anymore.
It's not.
Grizzlies are at the 5 seed. Warriors 6, Wolves 7, Clippers 8, Kings 9, Suns 10. It's gonna have. I mean, for me, it's the Kings. If somehow they can make it up into the 8th spot, they can win 2 playing games and make it in.
Yeah.
Well, so there's 2 ways to look at this, right? It's like, who do we think would be the easiest matchup? And I think it's probably going to be Kings United.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think if we assume a certain level of confidence against these teams down there, who would you have the most fun beating? Is maybe the more
The
interesting
most
question.
fun beating. So I feel it seems like the only ones who have a chance to be in this realm, unless we see a massive fall from the Grizzlies, it's probably Warriors, Wolves, or Clippers. Or I mean the Suns and the Kings.
You get single elimination, like
Yeah. I want
Zach
Clippers.
LaVine could make 8 threes in a game.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, it's one game.
Mavs are tied with the Suns right now in terms of games back. It's not impossible. And that would be so funny and so easy. Like it would be the
That would
easiest
be
sweep in the world.
that would be New Orleans Pelicans level easy right there from last.
No, it'd be easier.
I mean, it'd
Yeah.
be
Pelicans
easier.
give us a tough game for the first one.
Yeah.
They give us a tough game.
And it was how I understand it now. And just,
I mean, the Blazers are only 2 back.
that would be crazy.
You want to talk about the easy matchups if the Blazers made it into the playoffs?
Oh
It'd
man,
be a good time.
I think I'd have the most fun. I think it'd be the Clippers.
I want the
Because,
Clippers.
because it's you see what you could have had
It
with
would,
Shea.
it would
Yeah.
put a nice bow on a lot of things.
Yeah.
Although I would like them to not be in the playoffs.
Yeah.
That would be great too.
I-
Yeah,
We would
yeah.
like that lottery.
I
pick.
feel the same with Minnesota. Just we kind of have like a rivalry with Minnesota fans at this point. I think everybody knows that Shea's better than Ant at this point, but Ant still feels that he's better. So it would be fun to see them kind of go toe to toe in the series.
Anthony Edwards is like Floyd Mayweather. He can't read. Okay, he can't read. He doesn't know how to read.
Okay.
All right.
I don't think you have a source on that. I just think
He's a little slow.
I just
All
think that's
right.
wrong.
He doesn't understand yet that Shea's better than him. He just doesn't get it yet.
Interesting.
Yeah, he doesn't.
I mean, as far as the teams that I would like to see in the first round, I don't want to see Minnesota. I think it's going to be a tough series if it's Minnesota. I think Sacramento. I think Phoenix. I think Phoenix is just a shell of a team, but they got Kevin Durant, they got Booker, Bradley Beal. Any of those 3 guys can go off for a game. So give me the Kings.
Yeah.
Give me the easiest team. Give me the Mavericks. I mean, the
Yeah,
Mavericks.
especially the Zombie Kings with no De'Aaron Fox,
Yeah.
Sabonis, in and out of the lineup, and also just kind of a shell of himself since Fox is gone.
Yeah.
I mean, Sabonis is out for a couple of weeks with ankle.
Yeah.
Pray for Jonas Valanciunas having to go up against the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pray for him.
Chet Hartstein just absolutely.
Honestly, I'm kind of surprised nobody's wants to go with the Suns just for the KD factor. Like,
That is.
That would be
I was gonna
fun.
say that's another thing with them is beating Kevin Durant is there are a lot of ways that we could get very like kind of like you said, just like good bookends for a lot of this stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe in route. I mean, because it could be.
there's a universe where the path is like KD,
Russ.
Steph,
Yeah.
LeBron,
Oh yeah.
and just like
Or Russ.
erasing the
Yeah.
previous generation.
Yeah, I mean,
And that would be cool too.
we don't want to think about eliminating Russ.
Yeah.
I mean, right now,
You know?
if the playoffs started
Why?
today, it'd be us versus. Let's just say it's the top 8.
I guess KD, LeBron.
Yeah, it would be
Yeah.
us. It would be us versus Clippers right now, and then second round would be either the Grizzlies or the Nuggets. Man, having to beat Russ is tough. That's rough.
Yeah.
I feel okay with that.
Yeah,
I'd
it's
be
like
okay.
Alex said in the pod.
I mean,
one
oh
time,
yeah, give me
And
the
that
dies,
was
he
my
dies.
kid
If he
after.
dies, he dies,
Russ
man.
had the quote about when they asked about previous teammates coming in, and he said only the people in the locker room, right? We learned from Russ.
Yeah.
He would appreciate us wanting to
Oh, beat his ass.
put the
Yeah.
foot on the neck.
Yeah, he would. Yeah,
I
he
mean,
would.
it's unfortunate it has to be him, but if it's got to be him, it's got to be him.
Yeah, it's not about beating Russ, it's about beating Jokic and winning.
Russ is collateral.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, what's like theoretically, what is the second round matchup you would want the most? Like, it could be any of the
Give me the Lakers. Let's just get it over with.
Rockets, Lakers, Nuggets, Grizzlies, Warriors are kind of in that range.
Yeah, give me the Lakers.
I want
Let's
the
get it over
Lakers
with.
just to shut Shannon Sharp the frick
Yeah,
out.
I'm
dude.
just over them. They're not that good.
Hey, he's
They're-
gonna run out of things that rhyme with thunder soon enough. I
Yeah.
promise you that.
I think he did before.
That last one was
I
awesome.
don't think he found a single one that runs
Yeah,
up.
when
Yeah.
he's gonna start using Oklahoma City, it's good. Then we're in real
Oh,
trouble because there's a lot of things around the city.
Oh god.
Well,
Yeah.
what is he gonna do? Just go on Instagram Live again and talk about it whenever he was banging out that chick? Was it Instagram Live when he's banging out that girl?
Children don't get
Was,
on.
was he not?
Live
Was he
stream.
not? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I thought
mean-
we were grown in here.
Anyway,
My bad.
I think the ideal easiest path is somehow the Rockets still end up in the 4-5 with Memphis.
Yeah.
We know
And they
that's
beat
the
Memphis.
second round match.
For if we didn't drop
That's
to 39.
See, yeah,
But-
they
He
scare
dropped
the
30
piss
something
out of me,
tonight.
man.
The Rockets.
The
do?
Rockets scare me for some reason. Like,
Nah.
I think that's 4 games.
I don't know about that.
I think
I
it's
don't
3
think
games.
so.
Yeah, I mean, like Memphis and Houston to me 4-5 is the perfect 4-5 matchup. Like either way, I'm
Yeah.
not concerned at all
It-
about this.
and Houston has a tough close to the season, but it looks almost now like they're kind of getting away from that.
Yeah, because
4-5
they've won
matchup.
9 in a row. They're 2 games
Oh,
up on the Lakers.
they won again last night or tonight?
Tonight. They beat
Yeah.
the Heat, I think it was.
Yeah.
They beat
Yeah.
So I mean, if that's the case, I think the real decision that we have to make is: do you want the Nuggets in the 3 or the 4, and the Lakers in the other? Like, which do you prefer there? Because that's really the big variable, I think, in the standings right now.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter, but if you're picking, I'd rather play the Lakers instead of the Nuggets.
I would too, yeah.
Yeah.
would
The only
too.
thing with the Nuggets is Jokic. Like,
Yeah.
Jokic is always a problem.
But it's not even that. It's just the coaching. Like, you have to trust Mike Malone at this point to like be able to make good adjustments and like.
I mean,
Come playoff
JJ
time.
Redick's done an awesome job this season.
Yeah, but
No, he has.
a lot of, and it's also the continuity and like being there before. Because a lot of the guys that won the championship with the Nuggets a couple of years, they're still there. Like like Aaron Gordon, Michael Porter Jr.
Yeah, I mean, and it's also with the Lakers. I mean, Jackson Hayes is the rim protector.
Yeah.
Like, Shea is going and attacking a defense
Yeah.
that has Jackson Hayes as the rim protector.
Yeah, Hartenstein's just working.
Not that
everybody.
Jokic is an elite rim protector or anything, but
Yeah.
more bodies to throw out there.
Well, but they play very good, like swarm defense. The Nuggets do.
Yeah.
They play a really good swarm
The
defense.
Nuggets?
Yeah,
Like
they
the
do.
Lakers.
No, the
The
Nuggets,
Nuggets
do.
don't play good defense.
They have
You
they
take
have
that
Aaron
back.
Gordon.
They're like the 20th defense.
I know, but I'm just talking about like if Shea's driving, like
Pshaw, I say.
yeah, I'm just saying if
some,
he's
some, were
driving.
saying, some were saying Pashaw.
Yeah.
Yeah, if he's driving, I'm just saying like
How do you spell that?
it's rougher.
P apostrophe.
Can we just talk about what the East playing? Like the West playing is Kings, Suns, Clippers, Timberwolves. The East playing right now is Hawks, Magic, Bulls, and Heat.
Oh my god.
It's gross, man.
Good job, Josh Giddey.
Ugh. Calling it a mid-off would be a compliment.
I think that's a little generous.
Well, and they're all what?
Because the Heat are 12 games under 500 as
Yeah.
the 10 seed.
Yeah, that's absolutely ridiculous.
And they've lost 10 in a row.
Yeah, and they're still there.
And they're still in the, yeah,
Yeah.
that's ridiculous.
They've lost 10 in a row, and they're still not number 10.
That is so bad.
Yeah, it's tough out East.
So bad.
It just occurred to me so the Lakers like to play small. They have this good thing going with playing small and having good defense. Isn't it cool that we can just be like, you know what we might do? We'll just go double big and just annihilate them on the glass.
Yeah.
Which is the thing this team can do now. Isn't that cool?
Good job with the camera work
Pretty
there.
I'm good at this.
Tierney, eat your heart out, bro.
Yeah.
Also, shout out to the Mats that are not here. Moles that have plays.
Miss y'all, man.
Yep.
Yeah, we do miss y'all. This was our opportunity to have all 7 of us here for the first time ever.
Yeah.
But it's all good. Tierney, hope you're feeling better.
Yeah.
He's dealing with some.
That's
sickness.
what UNC basketball does to a man.
Yeah.
It is.
Dude,
They
did
came
get
so
volleyball
close.
too, or they
No,
come back?
they came
They
back.
brought it back. Yeah.
They were down
It
by like
turned into a game.
18-20 whenever
Yeah.
I saw the score.
He got pretty close. Yeah, no, I mean, let me see here. Anything else y'all want to talk about?
And
the
Moles,
games?
hope we make it out of that blizzard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yep, it'll probably be 80 degrees tomorrow.
Probably.
Like, yeah, that's just the Midwest.
Yeah. Hopefully, I had a happy birthday.
Yes, he did.
So, yeah, there was one thing. I mean, the double digits tonight was crazy. But like you said, was it 8 players?
Yeah, I
Chet
think-
14, 11 from Wiggs, 12 from iHeart, 30 from Shea, 11 from Case, and 14 from J. Will, 14 from Isaiah Joe, 11 from Kenrich Williams, and 9 from Alex Caruso.
So close.
Flagler had 5, 3 from Carlson, 3 from Dukas.
Everybody scored.
And 4 from Dylan Jones. Literally everyone scored.
Yeah.
That played today.
Oh, me and Steve-O were over there just like rooting hard for Flagler just to pull up every shot.
Yeah.
Like we were just like, just pull it, bro.
I'll say Flagler has had a lot more control in the 2 games that we watched him. He wasn't chucking up no 12 threes or anything
No.
like that this time.
He was he gets on a team like Jared Butler did with Philly this year. He gets on a team like that next year, and he's gonna get playing time. He's gonna get because he's done a good job of like these last couple of weeks being a point guard, not necessarily.
Yeah, he had 4
a
assists
chucker.
tonight.
Yeah.
in 7 minutes.
Yeah, he did a good job, man. Yeah, shout out to Jared Butler, who's been playing well for Thunder. Thunder legend, by the way.
Thunder legend.
He didn't do much against us though.
No, it's tough. I mean, it's tough to do anything against us
Yeah.
usually.
Unless you're Quentin Grimes, greatest basketball player of all time, apparently.
Yeah.
I want to shout J. Will. J. Will's been absolutely awesome recently. I mean, triple-double like we talked about last game. That is the loudest sync of all time.
Sir, sir.
Oh, much quieter
We're
now.
live.
Yes.
Why is the whistle like
I don't know. But yeah, so the triple-double for J. Will was 19 points, 17 rebounds, 11 assists, which is a career high in points for J. Will, right?
And-
Which is
Andrew
crazy. I
Yeah.
figured that his career high in points was higher
Also,
than that.
weird thing, if I search up Jalen Williams' career high, okay, they changed it now. When I searched it up the first time, it said 32.
not a care in the world,
Yeah.
bro.
Care in the world.
Sorry, my daughter thinks that she can just walk by cameras. So sorry
She
about
rules the
that.
world.
Yeah.
Walking in front of the camera like you own it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so J. Will, it was a triple double, career high in points, career high in rebounds, I mean, he's been awesome recently. Like anytime we've got people injured, I mean, 19 points, 17, 11. Today it was 14. He was the primary guy last game for a team that put up 133 points.
Yeah.
Like as the kind of the hub of everything.
They're gonna make some decisions this offseason.
Yeah.
I mean, he's gotten a lot of flack from some Thunder fans at some points, but he's been legitimately awesome as of late.
recently.
Because I mean, if you can sign him on the cheap, he's probably the best third option as a big man on any team in the league.
Oh, easily.
And I just think his like in the games between these two games where he was kind of the primary and then tonight, like he's been playing with so much confidence.
Yeah.
Like, you can just see he's juiced up by that. And
Yeah.
like just crisp ball movement, just shooting with no hesitation.
Shooting with no dip.
No dip.
No dip. Yeah, there's no dip in that chip at all.
Yeah, there was a lot of talk about like who's
But
gonna be.
there's Chip helping his dip.
There's chip in his dip.
Hey.
But no dip in his chip.
Very nice.
You know?
Yeah, and there's been a lot of talk about like over the past couple of seasons who's going to be like the new Nick Collison. Like we thought it was going to be Muscala. Other people thought it was going to be Kenneth Williams. But it could look he be Jalen Williams, because I mean he's going out there, he's playing his butt off, he's getting triple doubles, he's hitting threes, he's making great passes, he's drawing charges, and also like he's like the vibe captain, man. Like he's the glue that holds this team together in the locker room.
Yeah.
So.
You see how happy they get anytime Jay Will does something. Like the triple double, I mean, they're throwing all the water on him, towels, cups on his head, which they do with most players.
Yeah.
But Jay Will's one of those guys that is just the ultimate vibes guy. You want to talk about someone who everybody's rooting for in the locker room, someone who everybody wants to see succeed. I mean, Jay Will is just he's awesome, man.
And
Talk about my grandma's favorite player.
Yeah. Grandma's favorite player confirmed. Grandmas are saying it.
Grandma Dolan.
Yeah, Grandma.
Well, it's funny because there's just like this grandma that's on Facebook, like on a lot of the Thunder pages, and her granddaughter is dating Jay Will, and she's like every time that he like has a good game, she's like, "I love my son-in-law," da 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 da. Like it's the greatest thing ever because she's definitely a proud grandma, and like I think it's just crazy how like the end of last year, especially like the beginning of the season this year, there's a lot of fans that were like sold out on him. They were like, yeah, he needs to go. You know what I mean? We need to move him at the deadline, whatever. And he's definitely that glue guy, like kind of like what you said. Like
I've definitely said that we should be in the market for third.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, and I don't think
Sure.
there's a good
Yeah,
argument
yeah.
there either way. You know what I mean? Like I'm not disagreeing with that, but I think that like having a guy like that, because I don't think I've ever not seen that dude smiling. You know what I mean? Like just in general in life, like he's always smiling.
Sure.
And it's something that's big, like in a locker room. It sounds stupid, but like you look at a grind of an 82 game season, like
You need that.
yeah, you need somebody that like no matter what is like looking at the glass half full, like Steven just filled his up.
Nice reference.
But like it's I don't know. I love Jay Will. I think that he has a lot of great skills. He reminds me of, in a weird way, like a rookie Sabonis. Is what he kind of reminds me of, but 3 years down the road.
One who's actually meant to shoot though, and not forced to shoot in the spot.
Yeah.
Because we're dying for anyone who
But
can shoot basketball.
but he was a connector, is what I mean by that. Like,
He honestly just kind of gives iHeart a little bit with the playmaking,
Yeah.
big kind of thing.
And that could grow like as he plays with Iron
Yeah.
Heart and is like
Yeah.
mentored by
Diet heart. So there's something there.
Diet
Yeah.
Heart. That's crazy.
I like that one. I like that. Good job, Nolan.
Yeah,
Making
I
half-court shots and nicknames at the same time.
what a guy. I also want to give a shout out to another role player who's been playing really good. Kendrick Williams has been playing out of his mind.
Yeah, yes.
Who opens our podcast every time?
Yes.
Yes.
Shout out
Topic
to
Thunder fan.
Shout out to the
Kendrick
goat.
Williams.
Yep.
He had 13 points, 5 rebounds, 1 assist against the Sixers. Shot 5 and 9, hit 3 threes. And then tonight he followed that up with another 3-3 performance, hitting 11 points and 1 rebound. And like when you have guys that come off your bench and just like play good defense, like be where they're supposed to be, rebound the basketball, and like legitimately spread the floor with their shooting, it's just a game changer, man. Like it's ridiculous how far we've come as a team, like begging for Presti to sign somebody or draft somebody that can shoot the basketball, and now like from the top to the bottom of the roster, everybody can shoot the basketball.
Yeah. Well, no.
Kendrick Williams, 82% on free throws this season.
Yes.
What is it, like 14?
This is it's 28.
Oh, double it.
Wow, he's got more than
This,
that.
this is a guy who was openly considering granny shots last season.
Yep, he was.
And
He was.
never went through with it. But like that's how dire it was. He was in the 40s, I believe.
Thank you, Chip.
And look, 28 shots, whatever, but it's not like those sample sizes were any bigger when you shoot
Yeah.
40%.
And I mean, it's just much more valuable now to have him in late game scenarios where he might have to shoot free throws.
No.
And it makes him more aggressive. Like
Yeah.
he's able to pump fake and drive in and get those, get fouled and be confident to get up there and at least sink 1 out of 2.
Yeah.
I really
Like,
have
there were
wondered-
times last year where you were just like, okay, this is 0 for 2 right here.
Yeah.
I really have wondered how much like his reduced playing time in the playoffs last year were Mark's being a little bit scared that he might get hacked.
Yeah.
Just
It
totally
was-
throw
Andre Robertson might.
I think that's fair though. Yeah.
Yes. So during media day, I asked him about it. When he sustained it, he said he sustained it like 3/4 of the way through, and he tried to play through it, and then eventually the team was just like,
Yeah. Did
let's not play him.
They tried it for one game.
Yeah, they tried it for one
Yeah.
game, and
Okay.
yeah.
I want to say also, Cameron knocking down those threes tonight. Jay Will, it feels like, has been shooting really well from three recently.
Yeah,
He had a
man.
few of them. Obviously, Shea, the improvement. I know for a majority of the season, people were like concerned about where the Thunder were 3-point percentage wise. Where do you think we rank in the league right now on the season?
I'd say
Percentage?
top 12.
7.
7?
I'm gonna say 4.
I'm gonna say 11.
No, I'm gonna say like 9.
Number 6.
Ah,
6 in the league.
Impressive.
37%. Yeah, it's like almost all the doom.
What's the attempts per game?
is that counting for tonight?
And we are, I don't know if it's counting for that.
We got to be way down.
We're 11th in 3-point attempts per
Okay.
game.
That's not bad.
It's crazy. We shoot 39. It feels like we shoot a good bit. Boston shoots 48 threes.
Of course.
Well, they shot like 69
the
against
first
us in the first half a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Nice.
But I mean, again, it's
Nice.
like, and that's part of the greatness with this team is, I mean, the shooting's back. People are like, oh my gosh, we can't shoot as a basketball team. And it's like last year we were the best shooting team. It took time to kind of adjust to the volume. Like we had to get used to putting up that volume of threes.
Yeah.
And I mean, like Caruso, who's always been a good shooter, or majority of his career has been a good shooter. Last year was 40%. It took him time to kind of get into rhythm. Kenrich is here. Wiggins, got it up. Dort has continued to rise. Shea being more of a volume shooter in his 3-point percentage.
Yep.
I mean, it feels like we really don't have many negative shooters. Is there anybody that will shoot a three and you don't feel like at all other than iHeart at this point?
I know exactly what's going to happen if iHeart shoots it. They've all talked very openly about like increasing the diversity of the types of threes they're taking, increasing like being willing to take slightly less open 3-pointers. And I think for a lot of the guys, we all witnessed Shea like playing around with the different types of threes he could take early in the season.
Yeah.
I think we're seeing dividends, pay from that. By the way, if you take out low leverage, the Thunder are 5th in 3-point shooting this
Yeah.
season.
Huh.
And that's not including tonight because that set doesn't update.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They shot 53% for 3 tonight.
So, I mean, a good shooting team, top 3 offense and defense, which is nuts that we're top 3 in both at this point. I mean, might finish
Historic defense.
Might finish top 2 in both.
Yeah.
Like
I'd say,
because we're just barely behind Boston. I don't think we're going to catch Cleveland, although Cleveland's been playing rough recently. But there's a chance we finish top 2 in both of them.
I mean, if you look at it though, we're at 13 points better in the net rating. You know what I mean? Like that's way more impressive than scoring more points.
For sure, yeah, and that is that's the ability of this team. It speaks to, I think just in general the depth. I think Cleveland right now is feeling it a little bit like the kind of grueling of the season. But I think us having the depth that we have, we're able to rest everybody for a game, and then the league wants to investigate us to get a win against the Blazers, against the Sixers. I know obviously the Sixers are tanking like crazy, but we still beat them by like 1 billion points. I put up 130 because this team is so deep. And shout out to Chin in the chat. Saying that at this point we're 9-0 this season without Jalen Williams, 8-0 without Lou Dort, 9-1 without Casey Wallace, 2-1 without Shea. I mean, we just talked about the depth of the team. Like it's nuts that
Next man up, man.
we could be without an all-star J-Dub. We check can miss all of the season. iHeart can miss the beginning of the year. And I mean, still, if we win out, we win 70 games.
Well, no, just shout out to the coaching staff. This year, the last 2 or 3 years, we've been building to where we're at today. You know what I mean? And sometimes I know last year I got really frustrated at times because it was like, what the hell are you doing? Like, why are you testing so much? You know what I mean? Just let the guys go win the game. You know what I mean? Call it a day. And there was just a lot of, just he's mixing stuff up. But this year, it makes a hell of a lot more sense. And the results are there because he allowed that to happen last year and the year before.
And I don't think they would get away from this regardless, but their whole attitude of use the regular season to test things, let people be uncomfortable in different situations so that they're comfortable in them later. It's very easy to justify that when you have a 12-game lead.
Yeah.
No, it
You know,
is. Yeah.
It's much harder when you're fighting for the first seed and the fans are like, how can you throw games away? Like, we need this seeding. But now everybody's like, no, I get it. Totally on board.
It's funny where we
Run
are.
the double bigs.
Exactly.
Run it as much
And
as
I mean
you
that's the luxury of being so good and just destroying
Absolutely.
the West is like, I mean, now we can like do whatever and it
Yeah.
doesn't matter. It was like people were upset that we're doing the double big thing and trying it and it wasn't working, and now it's working extremely well.
Yeah,
Like, it's
tonight was nice. And me and Dolan were actually talking about this in our seats. We were like, man, it is still kind of clunky.
Yeah.
You know what I mean on offense, like it definitely is. But there's flashes where you're like, oh,
Mhm.
like
Yeah.
that looks great. There's like that pass.
Yeah.
From-
Chet with the dump off.
Yeah, like that was great, you know.
Well, it's-
and then defensively, it looks like defensively. I think we can make that argument. Like it looks great on defense.
I think it looks clunky on defense.
It's
Yeah, I
been
think the
better
offense is-
offensively than defense, like by the numbers wise.
Yeah, well, because even when it's clunky, they're rebounding like better than the Houston Rockets.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. So you're able to offset that a little bit.
Yeah.
You know.
And the reason I say it's clunky on defense is because when Chet has to guard out on the perimeter,
Did you
There are
see
some
the play
possessions-
though? Did you see the play where he dug down on the drive and then got back up to Miles Bridges and contested?
well,
the
yeah,
play?
yeah, yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
he
there-
needs these reps.
yeah,
Yeah.
there's
He needs
that.
to learn.
Exactly. And
That's a guard thing, you know.
Yeah,
and
exactly. That's a wing thing.
we're getting it all. It's for like all different types of scenarios too, because Chin just said in the chat we trolled a few games playing double big against perimeter oriented teams. Like, I mean, I was there in Brooklyn when we started off really rough and the double big thing. That was the game where everyone's like, why are we still doing
Yeah.
this?
Yep.
And yeah, it didn't work that game because they were knocking down a million threes and they were way too hot. And then at halftime, I turned off the magnets at Barclays Center and then they sucked after that. So
Yeah. Thanks for that.
you're welcome. But like, I mean, it was everybody was hitting threes. It was Keon Johnson. It was Dayron Sharp hitting two
Day'Ron
threes
Sharp.
in the game, which
Yeah.
was nuts.
Yeah.
Like everybody was hitting shots, and when you're playing teams that are
Killian
hot
Hayes.
like that,
Killian
Hayes
Hayes went off. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
it's
How about
ridiculous. Zaire Williams had like 4 threes, and I think he misses like next 8 or 9.
Yeah.
They just couldn't miss, and especially in those types of scenarios, it's going to be tough. But I think almost people were overreacting a little bit too because they were shooting so hot. I felt like a lot of threes they were contested. They were just making them.
Yeah.
But like those are the necessary games. Even if we had lost the game to Brooklyn, we got so much valuable experience because they were they had to adjust and figure out on the fly. And I mean, then we got certain lineups where they didn't play the double big that much the rest of the way. But there was also a stretch, I think, at the beginning of the third where they did play it again, and
Yeah,
it
they
looked
did.
way better in the second half because they made adjustments. And then that stopped shooting like lights out from 3, and suddenly we're back. So
Yeah.
And I think in tonight's game, and it may be not totally accurate, and some of these minutes were Chet J. Will minutes, but I think every single minute tonight, like until it was out of hand, was double bigs.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
It
It was.
He was like, we're gonna just work on it this game.
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, what they've been
It's the
doing,
Hornets.
what they've been doing a couple games now is literally it's Chet Ihart.
Mhm.
They take both of them out and they put Kenrich and J. Will,
yeah.
Yeah.
and so they have double bigs running the entire time.
If Chet or Ihart was in tonight, it was a double big look.
Yeah.
They were like, just practice.
We got to figure. Yeah.
Get some reps.
Yeah. Just get it in now.
And talking about getting reps, like, people were freaking out also about like people blitzing Shea. And how like, nobody else is gonna be able to step up. Shea's, turning it over, throwing it out of bounds and stuff. Tonight, like the Hornets waited until the third quarter to do it, but he was still able to get 11 points, 4 assists on like 0 turnovers. And like, obviously it's the Hornets. I get it. Like they're not a great defense. They're actually a really bad defense. I'm sure Dolan's gonna be like they're bottom 5 or something.
Oh, very awful.
Yeah. They're bad.
But I mean, it's the process. It's not about like necessarily the results right now. It's just okay, he's getting it, so now he can get it again. The next few games.
Have
Play
you
the
seen
Clippers.
have you seen this look the Thunder are doing against that blitz of Shea? And the Hornets did it at the end of either the first quarter or the first half. I'm not sure. They blitzed Shea up by half court. And usually he has to, up fake and bounce pass to the big
Yeah.
or whatever, fake and go over him or whatever. But the Thunder has started when they double, instead of him having to make the pass directly to the big at the high post, they bring a guard up on the other wing
Yep.
and he swings it over there and they just like kind of, triangle it.
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
the-
Just
to
get
the
a
big
reset pretty much.
and
is
just
what
hit the
they're doing.
4-on-3 like that with much less risk of a turnover because
Mhm.
that's a difficult pass to split that double.
And I mean, it's like the
it's
double.
just a cool little look they've been running.
Yeah, and the blitz, that's great. Like the blitz thing happened to the Thunder in that not Mavs, the Timberwolves game, and we lost that one. We blew the
Yeah.
huge lead. And obviously
Yeah.
that sucks. We want to win that game, But I think also that is now valuable experience, and that is, they got beat by that, and that now the guys are like, okay, we cannot lose that again. How are we going to work on this? And I remember, people on national TV were saying like, oh, the Thunder are figured out. Like teams, like Brian Windhorst said, teams are going to throw this at the Thunder more, and they've tried, but it hasn't worked.
Doesn't work,
because we have too many shooters. We've got too much. Specifically, the big thing is the passing of the bigs in that center spot, because we can dish it to the middle. And you are then giving it to either Chet, who can shoot the midi or has pretty good vision, Ihart, who's an insane passer for a big, or Jay Will, like we're seeing now too, who's able to run things. And also Shea's really good at relocating. He can play off ball if he needs to. He's been also really good on some of those. He'll pass it to the middle and then he'll kick to someone else. And then Shea cuts off right up the middle and just gets a clean driving lane.
Yeah.
And this is the beauty of having the West locked up. Mm-hmm. Having a 1 to 2 game lead over Cleveland for the best record in the league is that if in these next 12 games, another team wants to throw a junk defense at us and we lose because of that, it just allows us to have that much more data, that much more information moving forward, because teams copy each other. And so if something works even once, if it works once, a team's going to try to copy that, especially in the playoffs.
Well, you can definitely see it though, after that Wolves game.
Exactly. They
the whole
Yeah.
dynamic changed there whenever, teams started throwing that blitz up top. It immediately was just like, no, that's not happening again.
Yeah, Mark's probably licking his chops when the teams do that. Yes, give me more data.
Yeah.
And then you look at the offensive ratings in those games following the Wolves game, it has been through the roof.
Yeah.
Because with everybody on this team being able to make a play, you give them 4-on-3s, it's just going to be open shots.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I trust this team to have a process to figure these things out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, that was the thing. Really, the whole thing in the Wolves game was we just couldn't make threes.
Yeah, that was we just
honestly,
couldn't make shots.
the problem wasn't the defense or
Because we were
anything
up.
the Wolves were doing.
Yeah.
It was just that, and people were mad we're taking a bunch of threes, and I get it, but also we took a lot of just open threes. We're just a good shooting team.
Yeah.
That's the way the NBA is.
And what were we
Sometimes-
Shoot.
20% that game? We were god awful.
I think we
that
lost
game.
our last 11 or missed our last 11 threes.
Yeah,
or
we were
something.
god awful.
Yeah, we just
compared to our
we
average.
just couldn't shoot. I mean, let me see. Last.
We lost that game in the last 5 minutes of the game.
Well, how many games ago was the Minnesota?
Probably about 15 games ago.
Last 15 games were the number 1 offense in the league. 124.6 offensive rating. So
And 12.3 net rating.
12.3 net rating, and that's with the defense being down to
13
10
games ago.
over that 13 games ago. Let me see if I can do. My computer's gonna freeze. Hopefully that.
You got a million tabs open.
Yeah, you do.
I have a laugh track ready for next time someone makes a joke. I got a laugh track ready.
We made a lot of jokes.
Well, I have it ready to them.
Fair.
Last 13 games, 125.2 offensive rating,
Still the best.
13.9 net rating, which is the best of all time.
Love it.
Yeah.
Blitz us. It's cool.
Yeah, just do it. Keep on going.
And that's the thing. It's people keep talking about the Thunder, they're a regular season team. I don't think people know what they're talking about because you can't in the same breath say, oh, the Thunder are allowed to play so physical, overly physical, why are they allowed to hack people, play football and things like that, and then say, oh, they show all these free throws, which the number will tell you we don't. But more so the physical thing, the whole thing in the playoffs, and the reason they are saying we can't win is because we rely on free throws, which we don't, but also the playoffs are more physical. So we will then be more successful with the physicality in the playoffs. And it's, I don't know. It goes.
It's poppycock.
People just regurgitate what they hear.
Yeah.
Poppycock's great there.
Yeah.
People, very nice, very nice. Yeah, people just regurgitate what they hear all the time. The not just Hornets fans that was behind us. Shea got his 30 ball on a sick reverse layup.
Yeah, that was.
And he was like, "Boo, free throw merchant." I'm first of all, I had a visceral reaction to turn around, and call him a casual. But I was like, 1, 2 free throws, and 2. Did you see what he just did?
Yeah.
There was no contact because he blew by your entire team.
One of my favorite things was when the Hawks fans had to wait until the fourth quarter that one day to start chanting free throws.
Oh, yeah.
That was his first free throw.
Yeah, because his first free throws didn't come to the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
I find it ironic how we started the season in the first 2 to 3 months of the season. The entire narrative was, we're not getting free throws. We're driving to the basket. We're not getting free throws.
We weren't.
Now, no, we're still not getting that many free throws. Now, for some reason, the entire narrative is shifted to where, we're free throw merchants.
Yeah.
The only reason we win is because of free throws.
Well, it's a goofy argument
The
too.
numbers show that's bull.
Yeah, but if you have a guy that has a high usage rating Shea does,
leads the league in drives 5 years in a row.
yeah, you're gonna get. Of course, he's gonna shoot more free throws than everybody else on the squad. You know what I mean? It goes hand in hand, and You should have called that kid a casual.
Yeah.
I'm just saying you should have.
Yeah, my kids was right there. I wasn't trying to start something. I think he was drunk. So
Yeah.
No, they couldn't be too drunk because they still have to drink on my jacket.
this is true.
Unless
Play the laugh track.
I remember they were making like the Hornets were making a comeback.
They were, yeah.
And
They were down 27.
Got it
no,
done.
no,
No, they got
down
down
to
like 10.
No,
Yeah.
down to 10.
Yeah.
And like they were cheering, and I turned around, and I was like, "Who the hell is cheering?" Like I'm like, and they were like, "Why is he looking at us?" I'm like, I was just surprised that you guys are cheering.
I'll give him credit. Daquan Jeffries hit a 3 in there. Like, yeah, Jeff. I was like, the fact that you got like a little shorthand nickname for Daquan Jeffries, and I can tell you're at least a little locked into the.
They kept
the
calling
Hornets specifically.
Diamante Moose. I was like, listen, sir. There's only one Moose.
Yeah, there's only
In
one
this
Moose.
arena.
in this arena.
And that's
Yeah.
Greg Monroe.
Yeah.
Laugh track. Come pull up the laugh track just so we can like credit his jokes.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go.
None of your jokes get it. Only my jokes
Yeah.
get the laugh track.
Hey, that's the power of the producer.
Yeah, this is fun. I'm having a good time. I up a boo track. Someone keep talking and say something dumb.
Oh man. Next time Jerry tries to bring up something inappropriate.
What, like my dad?
I don't have it up yet. Calm
Oh,
down.
sorry.
We're not happy about it, but the crowd's gonna react.
Hey, I'll just say I just want to throw out there. Kentucky did not get first rounded this year, so
Congrats, man.
I did.
But unfortunately, North Carolina did.
Yeah, shout out to Tierney. Shout out to Tierney. Hey, they did win their first 4 game to get in, so we'll
Yes.
give them credit there.
How about Texas losing?
Did
That's
Oklahoma
something?
win?
No, they also
You
did.
say that like I'm a fan.
I
Yeah.
thought you were an Oklahoma fan.
Football.
Ah, right.
Which it wasn't a good year.
And you're an Oak State.
I'm
You're
a-
Oak State too, aren't
Yeah, I'm
you?
an OSU fan.
All
Yeah.
right. Well,
We didn't make the tournament. Let's just say that.
UVA wasn't either, so don't.
I don't even think we made it the NAIA. The NAIA. I
so
don't think.
you guys want to root for Kentucky with me?
Nope.
No, I'm good.
All right.
Nope.
That's right.
Sure, Dylan.
My man.
Are there any guards on that team that are going to get drafted by the Thunder?
Oh, take it away, baby.
Doubt it.
Oh, you legend.
Second round?
Yeah, maybe. Nah, he's too small for real.
Undrafted.
Yeah, for real. Honestly.
DC in the chat was asking when we think Dub is going to be back. I don't know, to be honest.
Yeah.
We really don't need to rush him back.
He's gonna be back as soon as they want him to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's fine.
He could. Yeah, he could have gone.
Him,
for sure.
Dort. If it was a playoff game,
Dort's
they'd be
fine.
playing.
Usman Jang's the only one I think's like might be legitimately hurt.
Yeah.
He's hurt.
And it makes me
The rest
sad.
of them are fine.
Yeah, Topic is fine. We're just saving for the playoffs.
Yes.
Yeah.
What if we pull that like literally out of our bag come playoff time? It's
Game
like,
7.
Guess what?
Game 7 of the finals, the starting lineup comes out and then Topic is in it.
It's like the
That'd be
SpongeBob
nuts.
everything's on fire meme where they're all just running around. I'm like, what's happening? What do we do?
That'd be awesome. That'd be absolutely
Mark's
awesome.
final experimentation. He's like, I'm gonna get some data on Nikola Topic in Game 7 of the NBA.
Yeah.
First round. Let me see how he goes.
That's the final boss of Mark Dagnall's experimentation.
His final form.
And we're like 7+17 net rating, like in the time that he's out there. We're up like 18 going into the fourth quarter.
Thunder Twitter would absolutely crash out. Like the first wrong thing that he did, they'd be like, "Get him the freak out of here!"
Dude would sneeze mid play. Get out of here.
He was talking a lot with Chip at practice today. Like if he gets that man to shoot the ball.
Dude.
Well, Kenny said he's been in the weight room. He's like, he's put on some muscle. So
That's the one like that. It's like I'm anticipating so hard, and I haven't been that like high about a guy coming in that we haven't got to see yet. You know, like any young guy, but like him, it's just like he was projected top 3 prior to the injury.
some people had him as the best prospect in the
Yeah,
draft.
and then like we picked him up at what 12? Yeah,
With
so,
Houston's pick.
Yeah, which is like I really just
I just
if
want
that
him to-
works out, that's gonna be freaking amazing.
I just want him to be good so we can like kind of throw Topic in their face like they throw Sengun in our face.
Yeah.
I still,
Listen.
you know, there's a clip of me out there calling Josh Giddey a dickhead. So, and I still believe that. Sorry, Josh. Yeah.
Boo.
All right.
Yeah. No,
Let's,
that's a laugh. That's a laugh.
Well, I'll sit in the middle.
Let's kind of wrap up the Thunder NBA talk. Let's kind of get back to the fan event as we close out. We do this every year. Whenever we have the live pod after the fan event, just kind of like giving our takeaways. It's kind of like our state of the Topic Thunder address. At this point, everybody gets all emotional and stuff. So Dolan's got to peace out here in a little bit. So Dolan, I'm going to you, man. All right. He's got a long drive, people. Leave him alone.
Going back to
Calm
T-Town.
down,
Yeah, he's
calm
going
down.
back to T-Town.
Yeah, Dolan, what was it like first Top Thunder event? Anything you want to say to the people that came?
was a little overwhelming, honestly. Like we, started this thing just because we like talking to each other about basketball, and to see like that many people there, just because, they like talking to us about basketball or like hearing us talk about basketball too. It's just kind of crazy to see that level of support and that level of, in the least cynical way possible, networking.
Yeah.
Like that word gets a bad rap because it's, usually just something you have to do, but we've made connections doing this, just talking about, the team we love, and, it's just really good to see you guys.
Oh my gosh.
It's great.
Steve-O has emotions.
He's not just a numbers guy.
He's not a robot.
Like, just being a bystander, it was so cool to see people realize that he was Stephen Dolan. I'm like, oh my God, you're not Steven Adams, and like kneeling. Like, it's amazing. And like everybody was like, real excited to see him, talk to him. I really enjoy your takes. We go back and forth on Twitter all the time. So
yeah, Dylan didn't even know who he was at first, which was hilarious.
Like, dude, go get a name tag. I don't know who you.
Yeah, he walked up. We saw him walk in. He walks up behind Dylan first, and like does kind of like a little grab him, punch him kind of thing.
Yeah.
And Dylan turns around and is like,
I was like, hey man, nice to meet you.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, it's Dolan.
Dylan was like, "Hey, go get a name tag and
well, see,
write
the
it."
problem was Dylan looked at his eye level and he had to go like this.
Yeah. Because he's definitely 6'2"3/4. I'm just trying to let people know he's definitely as tall as he says he is.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No, it was awesome to have Dolan here this year, and we gotta make it happen again next year so we can have all 7 people here.
Yeah. And all the kids.
Daggone it, Matt. Yeah, all the kids.
All 7 of
Bring
us
your
will
kids.
be at the parade. It's
Bring your kids.
Yeah.
Bring your kids. Bring your kids, and
You
we'll
need to
make
give me
it
like
happen.
5-6 years before you start talking about kids. I am 24
My
years
kids
old.
all be babysitters.
Yeah. We'll just pay him off to the side. Yeah.
Hey, all the kids have gotten along so far, so nothing wrong. Bring more than there.
Yeah.
Hopefully Nova's here next
Yeah,
year too.
I'll definitely bring the kids next year.
There we go.
Cramp. Jesus.
Oh, Jesus.
That hurt. All right.
I hit the on for his kids and not that.
But it worked out. Yeah.
Give me the boot. Yeah, that's how I feel about it too. All right, we'll go to the man that's controlling the sound here, Kona. What do you want to say to the fans and your takeaway from the event today?
Thank you. And that's that.
That's all I want to say.
Yeah, you tried.
Thank you,
You definitely
audience.
tried.
Yeah,
Good job,
try my
studio.
best. I'm not great at this. I also got someone on the side that had one view. It's been recommended to me now because all these sound effects that said "cool sound I can make with my mouth." I kind of want to see what it is, but I'll hold off for the moment.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's cool sound I can do with my mouth. Shout out to insane_VR, one view 9 hours ago. But
Yeah,
yeah,
there you
so it was awesome. Just great to meet everybody. Everybody knew, see familiar faces. That is one of the coolest things, that there are people who are coming back again and again.
People are looking forward to this. Like,
Yes.
they're marking it on their calendar.
People are someone.
That's awesome.
I was talking to someone today, and they were like, oh, this is so cool. Like, it's so cool to be here and to meet y'all and just to meet everybody and meet like the Thunder community. It's been, like they were like, I wanted to meet more people and get out there because they interact with people on Twitter, and it was so cool to see like interactions even outside of ours. Like just walk around the parlor before the game or at the game and talking with people. They were like, they're like, oh, what's your at? And they're like, oh, I'm so and so. I have like this profile picture. Like, oh my God, I know you, man.
Yeah.
And then like forming, because it's not even just about us; it's about y'all.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
Absolutely.
getting to meet you guys is awesome, but more so y'all getting to meet each other. That is the coolest part, because the goal of this thing, is we like to talk about Thunder basketball, more than most people probably, a sickening amount to be honest.
Yeah.
But like it's also about connecting people in the fan base, connecting with y'all connecting with each other. I mean, that's kind of what it's all about,
Yeah.
So it was super awesome. Shout out to all y'all that were there, everyone who said hi to us, was on court for the pictures. Took a half court shot. We had 2 people make it. Shout out to the guy that made it.
Yeah, and I was gonna say and I'm getting this story third or fourth hand, but the other guy who made the half court shot and went home with the ball, it was his family's first Thunder game,
Which is dope.
Family from Tulsa.
Yeah.
And, got to go to their first Thunder game because of this event.
And it was literally,
It's really cool.
literally a tweet.
It's very
You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
what created that moment. Literally a tweet.
Yeah, like a tweet, a podcast of knuckleheads talking about Thunder basketball. Like that's cool. They came in and his dad said, hey, he's like, hey, Cone, nice to meet you, kind of thing. And his son that went up getting the basketball photobombed the picture of me with my brothers and my dad, which is hilarious. Like he photobombed her, like that was a hilarious picture. I looked at it, and he goes on to hit the half court shot in his family's first Thunder game. He gets a signed ball. I mean, that's like the craziest.
You can
Talk
tell.
about
No, we had a
experiences,
lot of
talk about experiences. Talk about like those family, like those moments that stay in your mind and then
it's
move
like
forward.
Think about those two guys that showed up like without tickets.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's two dudes that showed up without tickets, and then they bought two off of this lady that had extras. I think her name was Rhonda.
Yeah.
And then they turned around and won the drawing to get downstairs. So they went from no tickets to Loud City to downstairs.
Yeah. And then he stole the T-shirt from Slade, and it's like,
and then like just what a moment though for those guys. Like that's awesome.
It's like my kids. I got 4 girls. They love the movie Inside Out, and it's like that family. That guy that hit the shot, that could have been a core memory for him.
Yeah.
He was like 15, 16, 17 years old. He was somewhere in that range.
Yeah.
But, you could still form a core memory.
I think it's like 25.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah. I think it's 25.
I was just letting you cook. Man.
Yeah. Do your thing, but I think he was old.
Hey, but we never stop making
Okay.
core memories.
Yeah.
But anyways,
Yeah,
we never
it's
stop
core
making
memory, yeah.
Because you get older, you can still make core memories.
The one hitting that shot was a core memory for me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell my kids in 5 to 6 years about
It was just awesome
5
to
to 6
see that
months.
happen in live. It
Hope not.
It happened live. To see him hit that shot,
Yeah,
to see his family celebrate because they were shy, they were just off to themselves.
Yeah.
But because of that moment, they had to go ahead and kind of become part of the community and become part of the.
And it's because we do this podcast, but it's more so because you all gave us the platform and built out this event enough that they want to see us keep doing it again and again.
Yeah.
There's more people that gets the word out there. People being like, "Oh, you gotta come to the event with me," and this and that. It's just cool, man. You see people on Twitter all the time, and that's cool to interact with people. But it's way cooler to meet people in person.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and I'll just piggyback off kind of from my point. Like, you talk about building the community. It's like, it's not just building the community inside Oklahoma City. It's like across the United States.
Worldwide.
Worldwide, yeah.
Last
Also,
year,
yeah. Yeah, I apologize. That was insensitive of me. But shout out Dom. So, Dom lives in Kansas. And thank you.
Dom lives in Texas.
that wasn't booing for Dom or Kansas or Texas, whichever one it is. That was for Dylan.
He lives in Wichita Falls, Texas.
Oh, I thought you said, okay, my bad.
My sound effects are too.
Tribute the boo.
My sound effects
I
are
heard
too delayed.
Wichita,
and then I
yeah.
missed out.
I remember
It's
Wichita
Wichita Falls, Texas.
Anyway, shout out to Dom because he said that he told a friend, he told another friend, he told his brother, he told his cousin. Like he brought like 8 people with him to this event this year. Shout out to Austin Thundertaker. He brought he had his bachelor party like at our fan event this year.
Yep.
Like shout out to the people that couldn't be here, like Little Maddie, Sub, Chris Fullerton.
The Maddies.
Of course the Maddies, Bowler Jack, and so many
We had
people.
a lot of mats that went MIA.
Yeah.
We had about 10 mats last year.
Yeah, Mats are trying to stack up with the Alexes.
Yeah.
But,
All parents need to pick
The
different
Alexes
names.
pulled out like biological warfare on the mats, I think.
Yeah.
They ain't showing up.
There were still like 6 of them today. There were still 6 of them. I was like, what the hell? Where do y'all come from?
Yeah, but we have so many people from just like I said, across the world that have been here or was here. And it's so cool because, like Cohen was saying, like, it's not just about talking to us because, like, as hard as we try, as much as Jerry Stevens can work a room, he can't get to every single person in the room.
But he's been damn trying.
He's going to try.
I'm going to try.
He's going to try. But, like, it's cool to, see somebody sitting by themselves and, like, to watch somebody go up like a person, like, what's your story? What do you do?
Yeah.
How long you been a Thunder fan?
I saw it multiple times today.
Yeah.
Like, it was awesome to just watch. You know what I mean? People watch today.
Yep.
It was really awesome.
Like me, like it's me, my dad, my 2 brothers, like we got everyone here this time, but it's been some combination of the 4 of us. And like we're from Virginia. I live in New York right now. Like they're back in Virginia, but they came along because they've had so much fun at this every year. It's you gotta make memories, man. It's cool.
Yeah, and I'll just say for myself, like, I've told the guys, like, I brought Slade and AJ, so they're my oldest, my youngest, they're 10 and 8. Or not my youngest, my oldest, my middle child. It's late, guys. I'm sorry. But
You're lucky I have the boo ready.
So
I keep switching tabs.
AJ likes basketball because I like basketball, but he doesn't like fully understand it. Slade came into this event not liking basketball literally just to spite me. And I was like, that first game, the Sixers game, as insignificant of a game as it was to, like, just the viewing public, like having that experience, being at the game, like, first of all, like, they got to meet Shea. So, like, that was like
Core memory.
bucket list. Yeah, absolutely core memory. Like, that's game changing for them. But, like, just the experience of them being in the arena, like chanting OKC, defense, let's go Thunder, seeing the Tesla coils light up, watching Rumble shoot reverse half-court shots.
Poor showing by Rumble, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, for this week.
Yeah.
You can see Red Panda, which honestly, best part of the whole
saw
thing.
Red Panda.
Red Panda
Yeah.
is so. My
goat.
my older brother Brandon had never seen anything about Red Panda. He's like, "What is she doing on the unicycle?" I was like, "Watch this."
Oh, dude.
And he took a video and sent it to
Ryan
his
doesn't know ball?
No, not Ryan. Brandon.
Oh, Brandon. Okay.
Yeah.
I
Yes.
was like, what?
No, but I was like, bro, Red Panda. I saw shout out to Clemente. I saw his tweet that Red Panda was gonna be doing it. I started
Yeah.
telling everyone at the parlor. I was like, Red Panda is gonna be in the building tonight.
I was trying to take bets in my section, like on to see what you.
Yeah.
He was trying.
I was
You
really
need to
trying
be
to take
doing that.
bets. Like Red Panda is my favorite half.
Second red panda we've seen this week.
You're not wrong.
The zoo.
We did see the
Shout
top
out
bet.
OKC Zoo, which
Yes.
also was a great experience for my kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Animal hater.
Controversial.
Basically, Slade especially like came into this event like hating basketball. AJ was kind of like wishy-washy on it with it a little bit, like but after this event, like I feel like they love basketball, they love the Thunder, they love Shea, they love Chet, and they want to come back next year. So it's
That's awesome.
yeah, it's a really cool experience for me. It's hey, there we go.
Nailed that one. Finally got one.
And if I may kind of put a bow on the shout outs, unless anybody else has another one.
I was gonna.
Shout out the Thunder for letting us do this.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Shout out Cole.
I was gonna say, yeah, like
Cole.
shout out to everybody.
Hold on,
Like
where's the cheer?
Cole did a lot. He had to deal with our shenanigans, like
Yes,
setting it
we
up.
gave a lot of shenanigans.
Yeah, he had to deal with me griping about it being a Friday night game and me being mad about it because I really wanted a Saturday game for just people to
Work
be able to
purposes,
show up.
yeah.
No, I think this was my favorite event so far. Like I think this is like number one for me. I think mostly because I didn't drink so much. And I can
Imagine.
remember it. Yeah, I can remember it, but
Nope, not an ounce of popcorn in that bucket had either.
no, it was
No,
there.
you did.
Yeah.
Dolan said there was.
Yeah, I was feeding people, man. Yeah, I was feeding the people. And what was cool is like those people actually ended up coming down to the court for the picture and everything. I didn't even know they were
Oh,
part
nice.
of the group at all. Yeah, and that's what I love about it. Like, kind of, you hit it on the head though. It's like the community that we build through this, and just people like getting to know each other and everything. It's freaking awesome, man. I wouldn't trade this for the world. Even all the stress and the BS that goes along with it is so worth it just to watch everybody come together. And I just love, like, I sit back and I watch kind of like you guys be able to like interact with everybody.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Because I see people at games all the time. You know what I mean? Like me and Alex have ran into each other multiple times at games. I see people from Twitter all the time, you know what I mean, at games. But like to watch everybody else like be able to interact is like the coolest thing ever, because it's just like, yeah, they're real people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think it bridges that connection, because
Mhm.
Twitter can be an ugly, hateful,
Yeah.
spiteful, ugly place from time to time. And I think we all kind of like, well, I know I do. I engage in that sometimes, you
Yeah.
know?
I'll leave
And
that to you.
yeah, no, I'll take it. I'll take that. But to watch everybody kind of like all of it's gone, you know what I mean, for that moment, and everybody's just together.
Yeah.
You know, it's just badass, man. It's just all badass because we're all here for the same cause. And like I said, I just wouldn't trade it for the world. Like, I love this event. No matter what. Like, this has been a good week. Very good week.
I just love seeing people who I know Twitter is a medium for them to stay behind it. And I love when they get here and they find their other people
Yeah.
and they talk with each other and they interact with each other and they form community within the community
Yeah.
themselves. Because, you know, like you said, the world is tough enough as it is.
Yep.
Some people look to social media to go ahead and kind of, you know, network as we would normally network, you know, in public, but they do it within social media. And when you see them out, you know, in the open, talking to each other and just having conversation, I think it's just beautiful, man. I think it's just something that the world needs more of.
Yeah.
And I think this is just a little glimpse as to what we can do to help that out.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I'm positive there have been like a small like group chats, so now people.
Oh, there
DMing
has
each
been.
other.
Yeah, there has been.
I mean, we have the one for the Topic Thunder event, but like even
Yeah.
outside of that, like small group chats or people who are now like, you know,
I'm just waiting for our first Topic Thunder wedding, like somebody that got together because of our event. You know. No, like somebody that's gotten together.
Get married
because of
on the
our
court,
event.
come
yeah, right. But sorry, my wedding sucks. My fault. Sorry, I don't count. My bad.
Sorry, you're young and you're not married yet. Okay, that's
There
all we
goes
gotta
your
blame
invite,
on.
Alex.
Yeah.
Yeah, give me like a year. Sorry, I got engaged 2 months ago. My fault. I'm not there yet.
All All right. Yeah, just kind of talking about that.
Oh no, I'm the one who can boo. You can't do that.
Yeah. Just kind of tied a bow on it.
I already tied the bow.
Well,
The bow's
I
been
loosed it
tied.
up. I'm double knotting it. Okay. So.
I'm gonna cut it then put a new bow on it.
Me too.
I mean, hey, why not?
Fisherman's knot.
Just to kind of like retie both and like close out the pod because we've been going about an hour. Dolan's got to get home. Al's got to get home. The event's been awesome. It's awesome every year. It's awesome to interact with you guys, but it's awesome also, like, we talk about communities within the communities. It's awesome to get interact with my brothers because, I get to see you guys once a year. And, we get to hang out with you guys for like such a small window, but like we spend the whole weekend together and it's like, I genuinely look forward to it every year. It's like the highlight of my year. So shout out to you guys. I love you guys.
Love you too.
Love you too.
Love, man.
There we go.
Do you want an awe sound effect?
Yeah, hit it.
Yeah,
Hit
do
it
it.
fast.
Yeah. But with that being said, if you did not come to the Top Thunder Fan event this year, do not miss out in the coming years. We will have an event date updated as soon as the schedule is out, as soon as we can get it up. We will be pumping it out.
We bother Cole.
Yeah.
The day that schedule comes out, I'll be calling you.
We
Don't worry.
literally harass Cole like immediately. It's great.
Although we did really like this time of year.
Yes.
Yeah,
we
this
did.
time of year was nice. It's unfortunate that the guys might sort of rest a little bit.
Yeah.
That is tough. But the fact that I walked out of Paycom and it wasn't 6 degrees was maybe the greatest thing that's ever happened in my life.
The fact that everybody's leaving in the next couple of days and there's not a blizzard coming in.
The fact that we're gonna play basketball tomorrow in an outdoor court for a Top Thunder Open Runs, by the way, 3:00 at where's the court?
Downtown off. It's downtown across the street from the gardens.
There you go.
Okay.
Just the gardens, is that what they're called?
The botanical gardens.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
okay.
there we go.
Thank you for being
The
specific.
gardens.
Thank you. Yes.
It's all
Yeah.
Reno, right?
Yeah, it's off Reno and like I can't remember that. It might be Walker. It might be Reno and Walker. It's somewhere right around there, but you can't miss it. It's on the corner.
Yeah, so like me, Cone, Jerry, Ryan will be there. Alex and Dolan obviously gotta go home and everything. Maybe we get Tierney out there. Maybe Tierney's healthy and we make him come out for a day.
Yeah, maybe flu game.
Yeah, flu game Tierney.
You're
We'll
driving
drink
the
it.
corpse of tyranny out for sure, man. Yeah.
But yeah, the fact that we're able to do that, it's a great time of year. So we'll be looking forward to that next year. But yeah, with that being said, thank you all for tapping in to our live pod and kind of hearing us ramble. We don't get to do this very often,
Appreciate
so it takes a little bit to figure it out. But yeah, it's a good time. Thank you for looking at our Alexei Pokushevsky draft picture once again. And I hope everybody has a great night. God bless. And as always,
When you can.
oh yeah, do that.
Hoop while you can.
Hoop tomorrow with us. And as always, Thunder up!
Thunder up. Where's the cheer?
Why the hell
You
did I
can do-
point at the mic?
That's the laugh.
Why did I point at the mic?
There we go.
What are you talking to?